Global markets are tanking. Trump is blasting tariffs, waging a trade war with the rest of the planet. Wall Street could be headed for a bear market. Here's what that means. This is the paragraph to which I want you to pay close attention. The last bear market happened in 2022, but this decline feels more like the sudden, turbulent bear market of 2020 when the benchmark S&P 500 index tumbled 34% in a 1-month period, the shortest bear market ever. This is akin to when the Federal Reserve had to pump out dollars to buy corporate bonds from publicly traded companies to ensure that the money that politicians, government officials, and people in power had in the market would not go to zero. So to where will the federal government deploy capital? We've been through this. If you do not know, you better ask somebody. Click the subscribe button and click the bell notification to stay on top of every grant-taking, cash-making, and capital-raising opportunity that I encounter. On March 10th, 2025, the United States Small Business Administration Administrator Kelly Loeffler announced the agency's new Made in America manufacturing initiative to restore American economic dominance, national security by empowering small manufacturers. You heard it out of the Don's mouth himself. The president wants to ensure that America is exporting more than what we are importing. Right now, the country is reportedly suffering from a trade deficit to the tune of $1 trillion. So the Small Business Administration is tasked to ensuring that they provide resources in the form of cutting red tape for small manufacturers, increasing access to capital, taking your manufacturing business global, manufacturing success stories. We'll see how people are actually raising funding. And if you want to know exactly what I am doing, working with a nonprofit leader, entrepreneur here in North Carolina to raise $10 million in grants. We've already raised tens of millions of dollars for America's entrepreneurs. He himself, he raised $1.2 million for his organization over the last 2 years. I have got the recordings to that master class. And if you pick it up, you'll get a free ticket to the Get Money Mega Masterclass that I'll be holding on April 11th, 2025 at 3:30 p.m. If you pick up the recordings, you'll also get access to the next one that I'm holding, and you get an opportunity to also pick up the recordings to the Mega Masterclass, Get Money Mega Masterclass, where we're getting deep on how to get these connections that you require. Remember, it's all about the hookup. That's what they used to say back in my hood. If you want a good job, it's all about the hookup. This is a job, not a job where you're a W-2 income filing employee, but you are operating as a small business, even as a non-employer firm where you have no employees. How do you make the proper connections to raise as much capital as you require by any means necessary? We're giving you access right here for low, a very low number, 19 bones. If you pick up Afterpay or alternative forms of payment, it's as low as less than $5 per payment. And even 7 and change, if you pick up some of the extras right here. I'm telling you, it's a steal. I typically sell my time at the low end, $1,500. I work with the Barack Obama presidential campaign. And every single tactic that I've used to get me in the upper echelons of business, I'm sharing it with you through these programs. These are the recordings. You have recordings to listen to them anytime you want. And I'll be taking your questions this Friday, 3:30 p.m. EST. Hop on it. Let's take a look at how the Small Business Administration is increasing capital. That is the priority, right? You need money? Here we go. This is one part, but let's prioritize right here. These are success stories. All right. There's a program called the Small Business Innovation Research. For those of you who have watched me for some time, you know about it. American Seed Fund. The Small Business Administration American Seed Fund is coordinated by the Small Business Administration and funded through 11 participating federal agencies that fund innovations through the SBIR, STTR programs. Now, if you have something that's innovative, I'll give you an example of an organization that got funded. This is the program for you to get funding. They invest up to $2 million. Take no equity in your organization. Now, you got to start thinking about exactly, all right, I'm producing a service. How can I do something innovative and make my business a proof of concept of that particular innovative solution that I have engineered. 3D print technology pioneer Samantha Snabes and the makings of RE3D. This lady, who is with the National Guard, she manufactures 3D print technology, okay? And she's won several awards through the SIBR program. I ain't lying. People are winning this paper right here, okay? She put this thing together. I just saw a post on LinkedIn where she's looking for engineers to go ahead and manufacture. Do not click the back button because you think this is above your level. It is not above your pay grade. You are made in God's image, just as this person is. So you are just as great, perhaps even greater. Who knows? I don't know your exact task on this planet. All I know is I am here to serve, to ensure that you muster up every single force embodied in your being, spirit, and mind, and everything that constitutes you to do everything you must to bring your project and vision to life, to pay it forward. I know that your motives are noble, and this may be the way for you. Otherwise, we could discuss other ways for you to seek funding locally. That's what we'll be discussing on April 11th, this Friday, 3:30 p.m., on how you can ensure that you get your stuff funded. How do you reposition yourself to ensure that you're paying it forward and actually merit funding available to you in your area? You are in the United States of America, the most epic capitalistic project known to man, okay? There has never been a superpower greater. Look at this. Solvis Global's journey to commercialization led to infinite expansion possibilities. These gentlemen, they spoke with an SBDC official that helped them draft the application for this program right here, and also helped them build out their consultation practice. So they were bootstrapping their organization through their consultation or their consulting business while simultaneously running sister company Kinetic Batteries that got funded through that SBIR program right here. So they helped them put together the proposals. There are a number of classes and resources right here with the SBA. Some of them, they don't even charge you anything, just like that small business week that they're holding shortly with SCORE. And they had a SCORE mentor. Don't sleep on it. Although it's free, you can get a SCORE mentor. They could tell you, they can walk you through the process. Of course, whatever is free, you get what you paid for. It is what it is. But at the very least, look, here are some of the results that are getting produced. They worked with someone at the SBDC in Massachusetts that helped them put together. And I'll probably be speaking with this person right here on the channel. That's why you have to stay on top of what I'm reporting. Nobody is dropping content like this, okay? Because if the United States is saying they are causing all of this mess to ensure that they foster American-made manufacturing, to where else will they deploy capital but to the people who want to make things here in this country? They've said it. They've hinted at it. What more do you want? There are other things that they're also prioritizing, like I told you, fossil fuels, mineral exploration, yada, yada. We've been through that. Go ahead and take a look at the library of videos, and we've covered all of that. You have to manufacture the clown rice. For what are your people hungry? Grant administrators are simply another market that you are servicing. Just like the people, if you are in front of a stadium and you are selling clown rice and people are hungry, they're going to hop on it. It doesn't matter if you got a bunch of spaghettis with chopped up hot dogs and ketchup and pineapple sauce and all this craziness, and people are drunk out their head and they're just hungry and they're just trying to chomp on something. They're getting it. There's also the STEP program, okay? Another grant program coordinated by the Small Business Administration, SBA. I told you, not capping right here. Are you export ready? They want organizations to export more products than we are importing. So there is not a trade deficit. At the very least, President wants to ensure that we are breaking even. We either have a trade surplus, that's what he's saying, or we're breaking even, or we are exporting the same amount of product that countries are importing. And I do see that. I do see an excess of people wanting German products and wanting all kinds of products coming from Europe. China, of course, they make everything, right? And the quality is not the same. So it kind of like irks me to have to get Samsonite luggage, for instance, that don't have those fat zippers and are not as durable. So it just sucks, man. So yeah, I mean, at the very least, I'm with it. And you gotta be with it. Remember, the customer is always right. And in this particular case, the customer is the United States government, okay, is the president. SBA has the following resources available to small manufacturers looking to export. They export finance programs. SBA has additional loan products, state trade expansion programs, STEP. I've told you about this. Look at the STEP program. They award states money to award to organizations that want to export, right? So they'll fund learning how to export, participating in foreign trade missions and trade shows. You can obtain services to support foreign market entry, develop websites to attract foreign buyers. You want to globalize your website, design international marketing products or campaigns. Find out if your state does, right? Most states support STEP. And during the conversation of Administrator Loeffler, many legislators were asking her whether she would support this program. She said, of course, absolutely. Export finance programs. A number of these questions, they're already vetted because they speak to the administrator prior to these public hearings. So she's saying yes is because this is the stuff that they want to prioritize. These are the targets to which they want to deploy capital, right? Small business success story, Xterra Global. You can take a look. Xterra Global Trading is a commodities wholesaler, agricultural commodities and food wholesalers located in the Caribbean and Latin America. In the beginning, financing for the business was never an issue. All right, so they were doing well. SBA's EWCP helps small companies better compete in global markets by following lenders to offer much-needed working capital finance to fund export transactions for small businesses. According to Karen, the main source of stress, presumably most businesses having access to appropriate working capital. Okay, today, Xterra is an SBA-certified women-owned business, right? Has twice been nominated for Exporter of the Year, and the Small Business Administration, they help them with, I believe, funding through loans. But again, they have this STEP trade program. If you look for STEP grants in, I don't know, Massachusetts, look like they're always busy giving out grants through these federal programs. State trade right here. Grants under the STEP program are capped at $15,000 per business to reimburse for costs associated with export-related international projects, activities, or services consistent within the STEP guidelines. You want to keep talking? Go ahead, jump on the package so we can speak later on this week, and we'll get you funded. Watch the video on the screen right now so you can learn about every single grant-taking, capital-raising opportunity that I face.